It looks like there's going to be a big time return this Saturday night at Survivor Series as the one, the only, the man Becky Lynch will make her return to WWE as the fifth member of Team Bianca in the War Games match, in the women's War Games match, I should say. This according to PW Insider. Now, of course, Becky Lynch has not been seen on WWE TV since the night after SummerSlam, where she received a beatdown a la Damage Control that storyline-wise took her out. She, of course, injured her shoulder in that great SummerSlam match she had against Bianca Belair that was supposed to be her big face turn, her return to being the beloved Becky Lynch, the most over person on the entire roster. So we're at least going to get to see that now. She's coming back in honestly not that long amount of, or not that long amount of time, because she was originally supposed to be out through the end of this year. She's coming back end of November-ish, so that really is good prognosis for her. PW Insider also stated that they have heard that Becky was scheduled to be the fifth member, but there are no updates on potentially other returns that could be happening. Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Naomi, of course, have not been seen on television for a while. Charlotte Flair, of course, separate from the latter two, as Sasha Banks and Naomi have not been seen at all on WWE TV since their departure, since they decided to leave back in May. Charlotte Flair, on the other hand, has not been seen for the past couple of months. Her absence has been a little bit more peculiar in that we haven't heard too much about why specifically she's out. There's been rumor and innuendo that it's because of potentially backstage problems or contract problems. I'm not going to get into that because I don't necessarily know. One thing I do know is that we're going to get Becky Lynch, face Becky Lynch, coming back in a War Games match. And as a huge fan of Becky Lynch, as a huge fan of her as a face and her rise to the top of the mountain of WWE, I could not be more happy. And I don't think that there's a better way for Becky to return outside of winning the Royal Rumble than returning in a War Games match, like this blood and guts, pardon the pun, type of atmosphere. The only thing that would make this better would be if on the other side, Ronda Rousey was in the War Games match, and we would get to see them go at it in a bit of in that setting, in that hardcore steel cage type setting. Either way, that looks like it's going to end up being the match at Mania 39, the match that we were supposed to get at Mania 35, but then they had to add Charlotte Flair in there for the winner take all. It ended up messing, I think, the flow of the matchup and the flow of the storyline up, which was supposed to be Becky Lynch, the badass last kicker, Becky Lynch, going out there and defeating the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, in the middle of that ring in the main event of WrestleMania. We didn't get that moment because of the Charlotte Flair interference, and then, that weird ending, that weird roll-up, that, in a weird way, unintentionally kept Ronda, I guess, going in a way, and keeps the feud going, because Ronda has a gripe here, a justified gripe, in that Becky never pinned her. Becky did not pin her. So there's a valid reason to run this match back. Ronda Rousey's like running a rough shot throughout WWE SmackDown Women's Division right now. And I think the one person who can shut her up, the one person who can shut her down, the one person who can take that title away from her in a fair setting is going to be Becky Lynch. But you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are these reports true? Do you think it's going to happen? Do we see someone else potentially return? Let me know in the comment section below. And also remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.